Hello, hello. This is Sherry from the Sherry K. Hoff Show. Welcome today. I'm so excited that you're here, and I'm super excited about my fabulous guest. So let me tell you about my guest today. Armelle Cloche came to the US with nothing more than a suitcase in hand, a strong French accent, and diplomas she couldn't use. But she fell in love with America, and she was determined to make it work. Forward 30 years later, armed with courage, endurance, and luck, she proceeds to use social networking to meet the right people. The results: she is the founder and CEO of Armelle Productions, writer of more than 15 screenplays, a self-help book, a children's book, and a musical. But these were only the appetizers. The entree is her newest creation, Super Immigrant, whose cutting-edge mission is to shine light on the positive impact of immigrants using fashion and apparel to inspire a more unified world. Welcome, Armelle. I'm just so delighted to have you here today. How are you?
And so am I. Hello, Sherry. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
Yeah, well, we have lots to talk about. So, let's start with your journey. What was it like? What prompted the decision to come to the US, and tell me what it was like.
I was young, and honestly, I think it was madness. I had no idea that it was going to be that difficult. But it has to start somewhere like that. You have to be passionate about something. So here I am, I'm 15 years old, and a teacher comes to the classroom and says, hey, we're going to receive Americans from Boston. We're going to do an exchange. Who wants to receive them? And in exchange, you go to Boston for a few weeks to get to know how they go to school and how they live. And I was so social already because of my parents' upbringing around the world. I said, of course, I want to receive an American. So they matched me with Michelle in Boston. She came to the south of France, and then I had to go to Boston, and I fell in love with the United States immediately. I think I had a spiritual experience. And when they opened the door of the plane, I was actually not interested in the US at all. I was just going because it was part of the deal. And as soon as they opened the door of the plane, I saw my whole future in the country. And I felt like I was coming home, like I lived there before. And my American family picked me up, and we were driving to their house, which was an hour away from Boston. And I would see the American flags because Americans are so patriotic. In France, we don't look at our flag with value. But in the US, there were so many flags, and I started to cry. I literally started to cry like I was back home. So that's the reason when I was 20, I was planned. I prepped my studies to be between Paris and San Francisco. I planned my future. Okay, I'm going to study in the US, and then I'm going to stay there. And I didn't tell my parents at the time, but I had planned. And I had no idea it was going to take me 25 years to become American, and so many ups and downs. If you had told me, I would have went back home right away. But then it was too late. You just go, and then it becomes your country, your friends are there, your house is there, and you just cannot go backward. You have to continue forward, or you lose everything you've done.
Mm-hmm. So tell me what inspired you to start your company, Super Immigrant. And you can fill in the spaces. Like, obviously, there's things that happened between getting here at 20 and then deciding that you were going to change the worldview on legal immigration and the value that immigrants bring to countries.
So I'm going to quickly summarize what happened in between. Why suddenly I decided to create Super Immigrant. So I get in the US with my dream of making it in Hollywood as a screenwriter. So I come with my little screenplay, my musical at the time, and I think Hollywood is waiting for me.
You can listen to the rest of this audio at sherrykhoff.com. That's SherrykayehOff.com. We look forward to seeing you there.